Seasonal Hermits. In massifs made of limestone, thousands of years of erosion by water activity have created a subterranean world. Caves are a special habitat to which very few animals manage to adapt. There are no plants here, as complete darkness makes photosynthesis impossible. This is a kingdom ruled by silence, broken only by the sound of water, that forms this underground landscape drop by drop. In the Sierra Arana region in Granada, we find the Cueva del Agua, which held the record for many years as the deepest cave in Spain. Here there are several animals that do not inhabit any other spot, like this small pseudoscorpion the size of a mosquito. This blind millipede, devoid of all pigmentation, is also endemic to this cave. Other animals use the cave to hibernate or take shelter in the coldest months, like these nocturnal butterflies and also these caddisflies, which have much in common with the ancestors of butterflies. Their Spanish name, tricóptero, translates as fuzzy wings. These fine hairs have evolved into the scales that cover the wings of butterflies. Caddisflies from the species Mesophylax aspersus have adapted to life in seasonal streams. They survive the hot, dry summer inside the cave, where they enter a dormant state until autumn. The temperature and humidity are constant inside the cave year-round, 9 degrees Celsius and 100% relative humidity. So how do these insects know when it is time for them to leave the cave? Dr. Carmen Zamora and her team from the University of Granada are studying the behavior of the cave-dwelling caddisfly. Locating the insects inside the Cueva del Agua requires a painstaking search of the cave. November is mating season. Afterward, the females leave the cave to lay their eggs on the banks of a river. Once the egg sac is covered by water, small aquatic larvae emerge and build themselves protective casings out of rock fragments that they will slowly enlarge as they grow. After metamorphosis is complete, adults must enter the cave until summer is over. It is still unknown how they are able to find the cave's small entrance, which is more than 13 kilometers away from the river at an altitude of nearly 2,000 meters above sea level. After spending several months inside the cave, they return to these activities in the fall to complete a new life cycle. In order to confirm the factors that make the Mesophylax come out of its dormant state, researchers weighed and measured the insects in spring and in fall and kept track of environmental data inside the cave. When they analyzed temperatures both outside and inside the cave, they discovered something quite interesting. Every year, the awakening of the caddisflies takes place exactly 1 week after the inversion of the temperature gradient. That is to say, when exterior temperatures drop, the air inside the cave, which is less dense, tends to blow out of the cave and renew itself. The resulting air current is a sign felt by the insects that tells them it is time to awaken from their dormant state, time to mate and complete a new life cycle. Caves are a special habitat in short supply, which are very fragile. Extremely stable in their environmental variables, the animals who live in caves have adapted by being very sensitive to small variations that keep them informed as to fundamental changes in their life cycles. For this reason, subtle variations caused by human activity can have a much greater impact inside caves than they do outside. Whether caves will continue to abound with life depends on the conservation of stable conditions within.